Hello everybody. Welcome back to another Anatomy and Physiology live stream. How's everyone doing today? Welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology. Today we're doing Anatomy and Physiology 1. I hope everybody had a fantastic Labor Day. Hello. We're going to get started with the questions here in just a moment. Once a few of you join, I'd appreciate it if you guys gave the live stream a like. The more that you guys do like and share the live, the more that this will get it out to as many people as possible so we can help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology. I have 60 practice questions today. Tomorrow is going to start some of our lecture live streams. We're going to be focusing tomorrow on cell organelles. So we're going to go over all the different organelles and all of their different functions. And then if you want to follow along, these are the notes that you would grab on my website. I'm in this class now. That's awesome, April. And then I also have a bundle of the notes as well if you want all the notes instead of just the individual chapter. But hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're doing another Anatomy and Physiology live stream today. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology for you all. To make anatomy and physiology super easy for you, I want to make this as easy. I really just want you guys who are in anatomy and physiology, I don't want you just to pass, but I want you to really crush and ace your exams. But welcome in, everybody. We'll go ahead and get started as soon as a couple more people join. I'd appreciate it if you guys would give the live stream a like. The more likes you guys give out on the live stream, the more this gets it out to as many people as possible. We can just help as many people as possible in anatomy and physiology this fall. Are there other people? I saw one person put it in here. I was up until 3 a.m. studying this last night. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. That's insane. I do not miss the 3 a.m. nights. But we'll go ahead and get started now, everybody. One last quick introduction. Hello. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week to teach you guys and give you guys practice for anatomy and physiology. Your professors don't give you enough practice, and that's what these live streams are going to do. They're going to give you the practice that you need to make sure that these concepts for anatomy and physiology are super easy for you. What we're doing here, we're doing practice questions today on all of Anatomy and Physiology 1. Tomorrow will be A&P 2. That live is at 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'm doing a lecture style on cell organelles for those of you who are doing cellular biology and anatomy and physiology. And then it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a lecture style. And if you want notes to go along with the lecture tomorrow, this is what you get. It's chapter 3, and I also have a bundle, and that's what they look like on my website. The lectures tomorrow are at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with the questions now. Number 1. Which of the following represents the correct order of levels of structural organization? A, B, C, or D? If you're new here, all you got to do is comment A, B, C, or D, whatever you think the answer choice is. Thank you so much for the music on stage. Thank you, thank you so much. Awesome. I took intro first. Now I'm an A&P 1. That's awesome. Welcome in, everybody. Hello. It's nice to meet everybody. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week teaching anatomy and physiology and giving you the same practice. Oops, I may have put the same one. Okay, well, my bad. I'll get rid of one of them. I'll fix that when I send that out later. The answer is supposed to be B. It goes from chemical to cell to tissue to organ system to organism. Number 2, which characteristic of life refers to maintaining stable internal conditions? A, B, C, or D? Thank you so much for the gift, guys. Thank you so much for all the support on today's live already. I see we're already at almost at 200 likes on the live already. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for being here. It's good to see you guys again. This one is going to be homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body's ability to maintain stable internal environment, basically despite if there are external changes, such as your blood sugar, body temperature, etc. This is pretty much most of physiology is basically maintaining homeostasis. Responsiveness would be reacting to stimuli. But number 3, which plane divides the body into right and left halves? These are your planes of reference for anatomy and physiology 1. This is chapter 1 material. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for all the likes already. We're already at 600 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Number 3, the answer is C. It is sagittal. The way that I always kind of think about it, I give this example all the time, is if you have a horse, sagittal kind of sounds like saddle. When you sit on the horse, it divides the body into left and right halves. Number 4, your body cavities. Number 4, which cavity contains the lungs? So in chapter 1, you'll go over the cavities of the body. Which one would this be? A, B, C, or D? Where will the lungs be? A, B, C, or D? That's good to remember. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you think so. Awesome. You guys are crushing already at 1,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Number 4, the answer is D. It is the thoracic cavity. It's going to house your pleural cavities, which is each lung. The mediastinum, which is going to be your It's going to have your heart in there as well. Abdominal would be your stomach and intestines. Cranial would be your brain. And the pelvic cavity is going to be like your bladder and reproductive organs. Moving on to the next page now. Number 5, which organ system is primarily responsible for transporting oxygen and nutrients? A, B, C, or D? You have to know each different system, especially for physiology. What are their functions? What are the main functions? And how are physiological processes and structures in those systems contribute to its overall function? But just a real quick reminder that I do have the next live is tomorrow, going over ANP2 at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm doing a cell organelle lecture style live stream twice, actually, in case you can't make one of them. It's 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I have notes to go along with that as well, which I'll show at the end of the live. But number 5, the answer is C. It's the cardiovascular system. The cardiovascular system, as the heart pumps blood through the vessels, that's going to carry your oxygen and nutrients. Number 6, which subatomic particle carries a positive charge? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? Thank you guys so much. Do you have the link for this lecture? So it'll be on YouTube afterwards. It's linked in my bio. But tomorrow the lecture is going to be here on TikTok. It'll be here on TikTok. It'll be 11 a.m. EST and 7 p.m. EST. The answer here is going to be B, though. It's going to be a proton. Please, if you have any questions about the lectures or anything like that, please send me a message via direct Service Plus. It's right here. This is how you can ask me questions. Best way to get in contact with me. If you need extra resources for notes, I have them on my website. You can purchase them. I have tutoring available for you as well. Number 7, which bond involves the sharing of electrons between atoms? A, B, C, or D? When you get into the chemistry portion, a big thing is trying to remember the differences between the different types of electron sharing. The different type of bonds. So we'll go over this question. We'll kind of explain each one of these, A, B, C, or D. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I really appreciate it. There's over 400 of you in here already. Just another really quick introduction, just because there's more people in here. Welcome, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week to teach you guys anatomy and physiology. Your professors don't give you enough practice, so I will. I do practice tests at least 4 times a week. I'm starting some lectures to go over the material and help teach it to you, make it make sense. Tomorrow's lectures are at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the practice test for all of ANP2 is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, thank you guys for 2,000 likes already. That is insane, guys. Thank you. Number 7 here, just to give you guys the answer. The answer is D. It is covalent. When you see the word covalent and sharing, it's the sharing of electrons. If you think of the word covalent, it kind of sounds like cooperate. Cooperate is like, share ideas and whatnot. Ionic is the transferring of electrons. I always think of like I equals like me. Give me your electrons. Metallic is where electrons are shared between mostly in metals, and hydrogen bonds they're weak attraction bonds between polar molecules. Number 8, water's polarity allows it to what? What is the polarity going to allow it? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? Thank you guys so much for the roses. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. Thank you. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Good to see you again. Couple married shared. I like that one. Yes, that's also a good one. Taking the T's on the 8th. Good luck, Annie. You're going to crush it. If we could get good lucks in the chat for Annie, that would be awesome. Thanks so much for the follows, everybody. I really appreciate it. It's always lovely seeing new faces. Welcome, welcome. Please share if you're in ANP1 or ANP2, or if you're taking the T's or HESI soon. I'd be happy to wish you good luck. But welcome in, everybody. Number 8, it's going to be D. It's going to allow to act as an excellent solvent. Why is that? So basically the polarity gives it a partial positive and a partial negative charge that allows it to make a great at dissolving polar and ionic substances. Number 9, a solution with a pH of 2 is considered what? A, B, C, or D? We're doing some chemistry questions, Chapter 2 type questions for ANP1. I know these questions are more directed towards the HESI or T's, but again, this is going to be helpful for your undergraduate anatomy and physiology course. Chemistry is on the HESI and T's. Chemistry is in your ANP class, so they're all relevant questions. Where can I get the questions? The questions are available to the TikTok subcommunity. I send them after every single live stream. Number 9, the answer is acidic. Our pH scale goes from 0 to 14, with this being the most acidic, this being the most basic. In the middle at 7 is where it would be neutral. And then number 10, which macromolecule is the main source of our quick energy of the macromolecules? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? And then this is how you can get the questions. I'm going to put them up here. This is how you join. These are just the instructions. Down here, this is how you join. Once you join, just send me a DM and let me know. But just to reiterate here, the next live stream will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be going over all of ANP2. And then I am going to start doing some lectures on TikTok as well. We're going to go over cell organelles, their structure and their functions tomorrow as well, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Number 10, the answer is A. It is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates break down into glucose, which is your blood sugar, your primary quick energy source. So the proteins are not quick energy. They're very rarely used as energy. Lipids are more long-term energy, and the nucleic acids obviously are your genetic information. Number 11, enzymes function by what? How is it? Thank you so much, Don, for the sub, but please send me a DM so I can get you these questions after every live. Thank you guys so much for all the support today as well. We're at 3.6 thousand likes on the live already. That is insane. Thank you all so much. But we're on number 11 now if you're just following along. We're going over the enzymes functions. For number 11, this is going to be by lowering the activation energy. So enzymes are going to catalyze and speed up reactions by lowering the activation energy, which basically means that the activation or the energy needed to basically start a reaction is lower than it would be without. Number 12, ATP releases energy when what? When is ATP? So again, our ATP is our main energy currency of our body. It's adenosine triphosphate. I'll give you that. It's kind of in the name almost, but I'll give you guys a second to answer that one. The answer is going to be D. So we have adenosine. Let's put our adenosine, our triphosphates. We have 3 phosphates. Remember, when you break bonds, you release energy. So you break one of these bonds, it releases energy. So you remove a phosphate group. Adding the phosphate here would require energy input. Number 13, the primary building blocks of proteins are what? So when we're talking about building blocks, we're basically referring to the monomers. What are the monomers of proteins? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? The level we're kind of going at today is mainly to review concepts that are on the HESI and TEAS, but this is also a great review and great basically to get a little bit of a head if you're in your undergraduate anatomy course as well. Number 13, the answer is C. They are amino acids. Proteins are chains of amino acids. Monosaccharides are for carbs. Fatty acid lipids, nucleotides are nucleic acids. Number 14, which organelle is the control center of the cell? And just as we're going over organelles, we're going to have a cell organelle lecture tomorrow at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the next practice test live stream is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to take a screenshot of this information. But number 14, it is going to be B. The nucleus is the control center of the cell, meaning it's going to contain the cell's DNA. It's going to direct the cell's activities. Number 15, we talked about ATP and how removing that phosphate is going to release energy. What organelle is going to produce that ATP? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? What do you guys think for this one? Also, thank you. We're almost at 7,000 likes on the live stream already. That is insane, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Number 15, which organelle produces ATP? The answer is C. It is mitochondria. Mitochondria is what people often refer to it as the powerhouse of the cell, but this is where we're going to have our aerobic respiration. Number 16, which transport method moves substances against their concentration gradients? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? A, B, C, or D? Also, thank you guys so much for being here. Almost 500 people went out. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is awesome. I love doing the live streams. Just to kind of give another quick introduction, as there's 500 of you in here now. My name is Ollie. I do live streams for anatomy and physiology and some other topics as well. We do some pharmacology and everything like that as well. We do that at least 4 times a week, and I'm going to start doing some lecture live streams tomorrow as well. It's going to be at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. I have a master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5.5 years now. Number 16, the answer is A. It is active transport. Active transport essentially means to move against the concentration gradient, you're going to require ATP. To move against when you have to move against a concentration gradient, so from a low to a high, you're going to need ATP. Number 17, during which phase of the cell cycle does DNA replicate? A, B, C, or D? Yep, I do offer tutoring as well. If you are interested in tutoring, it's available on my websites, or you can reach out to me via Service Plus. I just put up a notification for it as well. Send me a message. Let me know what you're interested in. I tutor anatomy and physiology, and all my availability and all the information can be found on my website. But if you have any questions about it other than that, please send me a DM. I'm happy to get in contact with you. Number 17, the answer is going to be B. It is interphase, or the S phase. This is where DNA is going to replicate. Number 18, the process of transcription occurs where? Where does transcription occur? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? I'm literally about to take the MBLX. Sam, thank you so much. Awesome, yeah, no, good luck on your exam. You're going to crush it, I promise. Awesome. Number 18, the answer is D. It is the nucleus. When we're talking about the process of transcription, that is going to occur in the nucleus, in which we get DNA to mRNA. That's going to happen in the nucleus. Translation is in the ribosome. Number 19, the process of... I guess I gave that one away. But number 19, the process of translation occurs in the ribosome, as we mentioned. Ribosomes are basically, so we got our mRNA. The ribosome will read the mRNA, and this is what's going to help us make proteins. Number 20, which process produces the most ATP? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. Welcome, everybody. It's nice to meet everybody. I'm Ollie. I'm going to be going live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology for you all. The next one is on A&P2. That is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I have a cell organelle lecture tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go over all the organelles and the best ways to memorize those. Moving on, number 20, the answer is C. It is aerobic respiration. This is about 36 molecules of ATP per glucose. Glycolysis is 2. Fermentation is 2. And the lactic acid pathway is anaerobic. It's a very low yield. Number 21, programmed cell death is known as what? When we're referring to programmed cell death, what is that going to mean? A, B, C, or D? What's the word for that? What is the word for that? A, B, C, or D? Awesome. The answer is B. It is apoptosis. So programmed cell death is apoptosis. It's controlled. Most of the time, this is beneficial cell death. It's kind of part of our circle of life in a way. Necrosis is basically cell death as a result of injury or some sort of death to that tissue. Cytokinesis, this is the division of cytoplasm. Mitosis is the nuclear division. Number 22, what is not a major tissue type, A, B, C, or D? I have a fun little way of remembering the major tissue types. I'll give you guys a moment in a second. Why would someone need this? This is for the HESI or TEAS. It is an entrance exam for nursing school and some other programs. Or people who take anatomy and physiology in their undergraduate courses as well. They definitely need their practice. Number 22, the answer is skeletal. It is not a major tissue type. It is a subtype of connective. The one that would be missing here would be muscular. And the way to remember this is, someone actually gave this in the comments a little while ago. It was semen. Connective, muscular, epithelial, and nervous. Number 23, stratified squamous epithelium is best suited for what? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? And nope, normally this isn't where we really start. We start with kind of like the directional terms and some of medical terminology. But again, I do all of anatomy and physiology one today. So we started at that and we kind of move on all the way to the nervous system. And then tomorrow I'm doing A&P2 at 1 p.m. and we're going to go from cardiovascular system all the way to the reproductive system. So all their A and P2 topics. We did some chemistry a little bit earlier. For chemistry for A and P, we did a little bit earlier in the live stream. We'll do on our A and P1 days. But thank you guys. We're at 12,000 likes on the live stream already, guys. That is insane. Thank you guys so much for the follows. We're on number 23 now. Stratified squamous epithelium is best suited for. The answer is C. It is protection. So these are basically what you're going to kind of see at your skin. The thicker layers are going to resist abrasions. Absorption would be simple columnar. Filtration would be simple squamous. Conduction is, nervous tissue. Number 24. What connective tissue type is going to store energy and insulate the body? A, B, C, or D? Normally, I didn't go live yesterday, so how long are my live streams? They're about an hour, and there's 60 questions. A and P1 days are normally on Mondays. A and P1 is on Monday. I did not go live yesterday. And A and P2 is on Tuesday, but tomorrow it's tomorrow on Wednesday. Just because I didn't go live yesterday, so next A and P1 live, specifically we're going over all A and P1 for HESI ETs would be Monday next week. And the rest of the week, I go live at least 4 times a week. That is basically going to be kind of a mix of everything that people request. So you'll see a mix of A and P1 topics, a mix of A and P2, or other topics like farm, medical terminology, bio, chem, etc. Number 24, the answer is D. It is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue stores your fat. That fat is used as energy and also as an insulator for your body. Number 25, which muscle tissue is voluntary, meaning you consciously control it? And real quick as well, that again, the next practice test live stream for this one is A and P2 is tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then the A and P lecture on cell organelles is tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. If you're struggling with organelles and remembering their functions and corresponding to which and how to study them, I'm here to go over that with you. Also, if you want to go into these topics a little deeper, I do offer tutoring that's more personalized towards you. This is more general and more specific and try to tailor to the majority. But again, if you want specificity and personality and personalized tutoring, I have that available on my website. Or you can send me a message, and this is how you can do so. Let me put it up there for you. And there it is. Number 25, the answer is going to be skeletal. Skeletal is voluntary. You consciously control it. Involuntary would be your smooth and cardiac. Smooth, as you would see like in your ducts, your digestive system, and cardiac is going to be in your heart. Number 26, which muscle tissue has intercalated discs? A, B, C, or D? What do you think? Very specialized. We occasionally cover genetics. Yep. We cover basically all of the different science education topics. Are you tutoring? Yeah, send me a DM. I'm happy to answer your questions about it. My availability is on my website as well. We're almost at 15,000 likes already. That is insane, guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. But if you're new here, welcome. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology topics. Your professors do not give you enough practice. I am here to give you that practice. I am here to make things finally make sense for you for anatomy and physiology and help make anatomy and physiology easier for you on the HESI and Ts. I get messages every single day that watching these live streams have helped them 100% the anatomy and physiology and science sections on their HESI and Ts. Number 26, the answer is B. It is cardiac. This is found in cardiac. So intercalated discs, these are specialized junctions in cardiac muscle, which is going to essentially give it its rhythmacy and rhythm. Number 27, which cells support neurons? Which cells are going to support your neurons? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? I'll give you guys a couple more moments to answer it. What cells support neurons? A, B, C, or D? Fantastic. It is glial cells. Glial cells provide support, nutrition, and insulation for our neurons. All the other ones are different types. Muscle cells, osteocytes are bone cells, epithelial are the epithelial type cells, not nervous tissue cells. Number 28, what is not a function of skin? What is not a function of skin? What process here does not occur in your integumentary system? These are mostly at the HESI or Ts style questions. Again, the rest of the week, so tomorrow, HESI and Ts, A and P2. The rest of the week is a little more in-depth in terms of the questions. These ones are more generalized, basically trying to figure out where you guys struggle the most, in case it's kind of like, it's familiar to me, but I don't remember. That's where we can go in and see where people are struggling with the most to go in deeper in the later live streams in the week, or get you hooked up with tutoring with me, and I can help explain it a lot better. Number 28, the answer is D. It is blood cell formation. Blood cells form in the bone marrow, not the skin, so this is bone marrow. Number 29, the outermost layer of the skin is what? A, B, C, or D? The outermost layer of the skin. Holy crap, there's over 600 of you in here now. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Ollie. I'm going to be going live multiple times a week to give you guys practice questions, give you lectures for anatomy and physiology. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring A&P for about 5.5 years now. Welcome in, everyone. It's nice to meet you all. Number 29, the answer is B. It is the epidermis. So outermost, so epi means above, hypo means below, dermis is the middle. So this literally means above the dermis and below the dermis. So you have your epidermis, your dermis, and your hypodermis. Number 30, moving on to the next page of questions. Number 30, which epidermal layer is only found in thick skin? This is only found in thick skin. A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? So someone you can get these questions? Yes, I give these questions out to the TikTok sub-community. This is how you join. Once you join, just send me a DM and you will get the practice questions. It's the blank version of this with the answer key at the end for you to do on your own. And you get them after every live. Number 30, the answer is the stratum lucidum. This is only found in the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. And this layer is between the corneum and the granulosum. Number 31, which cells are going to produce melanin? A, B, C, or D? Which cells produce melanin? What about number 31? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? Thank you, Ashley, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you these questions after the live as well. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're at 18,000 likes on the live stream already. That is insane. Thank you all so much for the support today, guys. Again, thank you guys so much for the sub. But please send me a DM so I can get you the questions. Again, I have a cell organelle lecture tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. EST. And tomorrow's A&P2 live will be at 1 p.m. EST. Number 31. The answer is melanocytes. Melanocytes are for your melanin. Keratinocytes are for your keratin. Langerhans cells are the immune cells in your epidermis. Merkel cells are touch receptors. Number 32. The sweat glands that help regulate your body temperature are what? These are going to help regulate your body temperature. Basically, they're the ones that are going to secrete your sweat directly onto your skin, and the evaporation of that sweat is going to cool your body down. A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you all think? The answer is A. It is eccrine glands. It is eccrine glands. Eccrine glands, again, like I mentioned, they cause the sweat. That sweat evaporates, and that cools the body down. Sebaceous, or your sebum, or your oil glands, apocrine, are going to produce your thicker sweat. Basically for scent in your armpits and groin area. And Cerminus, this is going to be for earwax. Number 33, a third-degree burn damages what? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? Sorry, I just take a sip of my drink real quick. My little Coke Zero. Yep, it will have the answers. It's the blank. So this is going to be the if you sub and you get the test, it's the blank test, and it has the answer key at the end for you to practice on your own. And then I do upload the replays on these live streams a couple days later on YouTube. That is linked in my TikTok bio as well. And I do have all of my notes from whenever I was in anatomy and physiology on my profile. That is also linked in my bio. Number 33, the answer is C. It is all layers of the skin. The third degree burn is going to destroy it's going to go through the epidermis, the dermis, that looks like a B, the dermis, and the hypodermis, and it often damages deeper into tissue and can result in a loss of sensation, which means your nerves would get destroyed as well. Number 34, what is not a function of bone? Moving on into sort of the skeletal system, A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for all the follows. It's nice to meet everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Ollie, by the way. Do I ever do embryology? If you subscribe, you get the practice tests. The practice tests. Omar, you can send me a DM if you'd like, if you have any more questions about it. Do we do embryology? Yes, we do. We occasionally do some embryology as well. I've been tutoring a little bit for embryology as well. Number 34, the answer is vitamin production. The skeletal system, bones do not make vitamins. They support and store minerals. They make blood cells through hematopoiesis, and they do act as a mechanism of protection and support. Number 36, the femur is classified as what kind of bone? A, B, C, or D? Thank you so much for the sub, April. Thank you. Can you please send me a DM so I can get you the questions? If you did send me please send me a DM that you subscribed. That way I can get you the questions. For the reason, if you can't send me a DM, send me an email. Make sure that you include your username in it. But just to reiterate here, tomorrow A&P2 at 1 p.m. and the lectures for cell organelles 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. in case you can't make one or the other. There's 2 tomorrow. Number 35, the answer is C. It is a long bone. Long bones are longer than they are wide, mainly designed, so think of your femur and your thigh. It's mostly designed for weight bearing and movement. Number 36, the shaft of the long bone is called the what? So if we kind of draw our bone, the shaft of the long bone is called what? A, B, C, or D? Yep, we can potentially do, send me some chemistry topics. Hello from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hello, and thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Welcome. Can we do an A&P1 chemistry? Yeah, if you want, send me topics for it. We can definitely get some going over that as well. We can also do a chemistry lecture one as well, just to make sure that everybody is kind of getting their lectures in and things like that. Make sure making everything pretty easy for you guys. But number 36, the shaft of the long bone is called the B diaphysis. This is the shaft area. The epiphysis are the ends of these long bones. The metaphysis is going to be the region between the epiphysis and diaphysis, and the periosteum is the outer membrane that is going to cover your bone. Number 37, which cell is going to build new bone? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Yep, I'm actually going to be posting some lectures to YouTube as well, occasionally here as well. But we're doing some live lectures here on TikTok, just to make sure I can kind of cover more in a live stream than I could maybe making a few videos and stuff. So I'm going to try to do 2. I'm going to make sure in case you can't make the earlier one, you can do the later one. But number 37, the answer is C. It is osteoblast. Blast, think of form or build. Osteoclast does the opposite. It breaks down. I think of chew or cleave. Number 38, intramembranous ossification is going to form what? So we have our different types of bone formations. When we're referring to intramembranous ossification, what are we forming? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think? Thank you. Thank you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're at 21,000 likes. That is insane, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the likes. The more that you guys do like and share, the more that it gets it out to more people. We're over 600 people again. Hello. Welcome, everybody. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Ollie. I go live multiple times a week, giving you the practice questions that your professors don't, just to make sure, just to see where you guys might be struggling in material, where it's easy for you, just to make sure that we're making sure that you're covering all your knowledge gaps for A&P, getting you the practice that you need. Again, doing practice questions is one of the best ways to study, so that's what I do here in the live streams. And I do it multiple times a week, at least 4 times a week. And then we're starting tomorrow our lectures. Number 38, the answer is A. It's going to be our flat bones. Intramembranous ossification refers to bones that are basically formed directly from mesenchymal tissue without a cartilage precursor. Your vertebrae, long bones, these are formed by endochondral ossification. I'm just going to cartilage, again, is not formed by ossification. Number 39, which hormone is going to increase your blood calcium by stimulating osteoclasts? Remember that osteoclasts, do I do pharmacy questions? Yes, I do. They will be done, we'll have some pharmacy type questions on Thursday and Friday this week. Number 39, which is going to increase blood calcium by stimulating osteoclasts. Remember, osteoclasts break down bone. When they break down bone, it releases it into the bloodstream. Send me the practice questions and study tips. I have study tips in all of my videos here on TikTok. I recommend you go and watch those. And then for the practice questions, I give them out to the TikTok sub-community. This is how you join. Once you join, just send me a DM. and I will send you the questions after every single live stream. I go live at least 4 times a week with practice questions. Number 39, the answer is parathyroid hormone. And this is ANP1 today, guys. I'll talk about that in just another second. But parathyroid hormone is going to stimulate that osteoclast activity, releasing calcium into the blood. Calcitonin would lower blood calcium by lowering osteoclast and increasing osteoblast. Number 40, moving on to the next page, the shoulder joint is classified as a what kind of joint? A, B, C, or D? And also, just like I mentioned here, the next live is ANP2. It's tomorrow at 1 p.m. And I have a cell organelle basically going over the organelles and their functions and how to remember and the best ways to study. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Number 40, the shoulder joint is a ball and socket joint. The shoulder joint specifically is referred to as the glenohumeral joint, in which the head of the humerus is going to fit into the glenoid cavity, allowing for multi-axial movement. Ball and socket gives you the greatest range of motion. Number 41, the axial skeleton is going to include all here except what? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? What do you guys think for number 41? If you're following along, that's the one we're on. And welcome over. We're at 23,000 likes on the live already, guys. That is insane. Awesome, guys. You guys are crushing it. Thank you so much for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you these questions. Thank you, Dreamy. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. There's a name. Marliner. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Number 41. The answer is D. It is the pectoral girdle. So the axial skeleton, again, is your skull, your vertebral column, your sternum, and your ribs. Appendicular skeleton is the rest. So your upper limbs, your lower limbs, and your girdles, which is going to refer to your pectoral girdle as well as your pelvic girdle. Alrighty. Number 42, the appendicular skeleton includes what? A, B, C, or D? I kind of just went over this one, but it was the pelvic girdle. So again, you have your girdles, pectoral and pelvic. A lot of people forget that the pectoral is part of the appendicular skeleton, and as well as the pelvic girdle. So I always try to include questions in these frequently, because again, the girdles are, again, the pectoral and the pelvic are part of the appendicular skeleton. Number 43, a rounded articular projection is referred to as what? This is going over some of our terminology for the skeletal system. A, B, C, or D for number 43. A, B, C, or D. Should be for learning the lungs and heart systems, mainly because of physiology. Practice explaining things out loud. If you can explain it like you're explaining it to a class, I always practice teaching. That's how you know it. Number 43, the answer is B, is a condyle. A condyle is a rounded articular projection. Think of the femoral condyle. A fossa is a depression. Foramen would refer to a hole. And a process would also be a projection, but this one is not necessary. This one would not be referred to as is not defined as or described as rounded. Number 44, which muscle type is involuntary and non-striated? So again, we went over the voluntary types, the involuntary types, but what about non-striated? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you guys think? There are over 600 of you in here. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're at number 44 now. The answer is C for number 44. It's smooth. Non-striated is smooth. If it has striations, it is cardiac. Cardiac is also involuntary. Skeletal is voluntary. Moving on to the next page of questions, number 45. The functional unit of a skeletal muscle is what? What is the functional unit? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. I love you guys so much. Also, again, the next live practice test is tomorrow at 1 p.m. for ANP2. And then I have lectures tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Feel free to join. It's going to be on cell organelles, going over there, basically all the organelles and their functions, how to remember, and the best ways to study them. Number 45, the answer is B. It is a sarcomere. A sarcomere. That is the contractile unit. Basically, a sarcomere is the region between two Z-discs. Z-disc and Z-disc. Number 46, which protein is going to block our myosin binding sites on actin? So actin have active sites where myosin heads bind to, and a protein is going to block that. Which protein is that? When it gets removed, it's what's going to allow myosin to bind to actin, shortening it, giving us our muscle contraction. But what protein is that going to be? I'll give you guys another moment to answer. But welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here today. My name is Ollie. I'm going to be going live multiple times a week, teaching you guys anatomy and physiology and giving you guys practice questions. I do the practice questions at least 4 times a week. Number 46, the answer is A. It is tropomyosin. Tropomyosin covers the actin's binding sites at rest. When calcium binds to troponin, that is what's going to remove tropomyosin, allowing myosin heads to bind to actin, shortening it, contracting it. That's your muscle contraction, essentially. Number 47, at the neuromuscular junction, what is the neurotransmitter that gets released? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Striation and muscles basically refer to the alternating dark and light bands. Basically, it gives it a like striped appearance, essentially. But they mostly there are to make up the like repeating units of our sarcomeres, which help generate our force a little better as well. But number 47, the answer is C. It is acetylcholine, ACH. ACH binds to receptors on your muscle cell membrane, allowing the action potential to travel into your muscle cell, getting to the sarcomere and whatnot, and releasing your calcium. Just a quick explanation of that. We can also do a lecture on the neuromuscular junction and muscle contraction as well, if people get interested in that later on. I know muscular physiology is a little later on this semester, but please let me know if you guys have interest in that. Number 48, according to the sliding filament theory, muscle contraction occurs when what? Occurs when what? A, B, C, or D? Yep, we can do a live on the nervous system. We're going to have some nervous system questions a little bit later on. We have them coming up here. I do include nervous system in both ANP1 and ANP2, just because some people have it in ANP1, some people have it in ANP2. Oh, excuse me, a hiccup. Some people have it in ANP2 as well. Just so, I make it relevant to everybody, I put it in both. I had it personally in ANP1. But number 48, the answer is A. Actin slides over myosin. The myosin doesn't shorten. It's actin that's shortening. So myosin pulls actin filaments towards the center of the sarcomere. Number 49, which energy source is used first for muscle contraction? First. So we'll talk about this one. Which one is first? And I'll kind of explain. Yeah, we occasionally do. Yeah, we'll cover some brown fat and liver LDL processing in some live streams as well. Yeah, we've done that in the past. Thank you guys so much for the gifts as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys. Number 49, the answer is ATP. So again, you do have some free ATP. That gets used up first. And then, secondly, you'll have creatine phosphate. Remember that we need, these are phosphate groups. Creatine phosphate essentially can very quickly donate a phosphate group to use for ATP, for energy. Glycogen would be next. It's a little slower, but it's faster than fatty acids, obviously. Fatty acids are your long-term, and it's through aerobic respiration. So this would be fourth in the sense. But number 50, your slow twitch muscle fibers are best for what? Slow twitch. I remember that the next live stream is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is for the practice test. And then I have tomorrow 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. That is for the cell organelle. Basically going over the organelles and their functions. And if you would like to get the practice test as well, that is available for the TikTok sub-community. And how you join that is this right here. And then once you join, just send me a DM letting me know that you joined, and then you'll get you'll get these tests after every single live stream from now on, with the answer key at the end, basically that you can do it on your own, practice it, and then go back and watch the replay and see if the explanations and whatnot. Basically giving yourself as much practice as possible. But number 50, this is going to be B. It is going to be endurance activities. Slow twitch fibers have a lot of mitochondria, so they have increased mitochondria. They have high myoglobin. and they are fatigue resistance. A and C would be for fast twitch, and then D would not be necessarily a performative category. But number 51, which muscle is the prime mover for your elbow flexion? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D. Hey, Nanati, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you again. Welcome in, everybody. Also, we're almost at 25,000 likes on today's live. That is insane, guys. Thank you guys so much as well. I appreciate you guys so much. If you're in anatomy and physiology this semester, or you're taking the HESI or T soon, please feel free to mention it in the comments today. I'd be happy to wish you luck, and it's always fun to see who and when they're starting A&P and stuff. I loved A&P, so I want to make it fun and easy for everybody as well. The answer here is going to be C, is your biceps brachii. The biceps are the primary flexor. The brachialis also is going to help there as well. Deltoid is for your shoulder abduction. Pectoralis major is arm flexion at the shoulder. Triceps is for extension. Number 52, an isometric contraction involves what? When we're referring to an isometric muscle contraction, what are we referring to? What type of muscle contraction is this going to be? And I'll give you a fun little way to remember that as well. You're in A&P 1, my second week. First day of A&P 2 for me. First day today. It's awesome, Anna. It's awesome. Resuscitate. And Sam. Awesome, guys. Good luck. If we could get good lucks in the chat as well. Angel, A&P 1, week 3 of 8. Oh my goodness, an 8-week one. Oh my goodness. 8-week one. I did a 16-week in my freshman year, and then I did for undergrad. And then for graduate school, I had 8-week courses, and they were rough. Jacob said, I take my T's on Friday. Good luck, Jacob. Sherelle, first A&P test is Thursday. Good luck as well. Thank you for the sub, Dina. Thank you so much, guys. Let's give you guys the next question. Number 52. The answer is B. The muscle length stays the same. So if you think of an isometric hold, if you've played sports, this will probably help. An isometric hold, such as a plank, when you hold the plank on the ground, the most brutal minute of your life, or a wall sit, there's obviously tension, right? They're painful. It's because your muscles are contracting, but the length is staying the same. A muscle, in the sense of a muscle shortening or changing, so this is where the muscle length changes, is an isotonic contraction. So a bicep curl, me moving my hand, is isotonic. But if I were to hold it here and squeeze it, there's tension, but again, the muscle lengths are staying the same. Number 53, your fixed attachment point for a muscle is called what? This is really important when you get into, which I'll talk about here in just a minute or so. I'm taking A&P this year, an accelerated class. We did chapters 1 and 2 on the first day. Oh my goodness. Hannah said, my A&P was my favorite course in pre-med. I missed it. Yes, I know. Yes, A&P was my favorite one. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed doing it. Mine is 2 8-week sessions, A&P 1 and then A&P 2. Oh my goodness, Anna, good luck with those. I did the A&P, like, it was like medical anatomy and medical physiology, and they were both 8 weeks. Oh my goodness, it was so much. So I definitely understand the 8 weeks, but I know some people had it in 5 weeks. I've tutored people for 5 weeks, and that to me is insane. That one's that's insane. But number 53, the answer is D. It is your origin. So at some point you will get into your origins, your insertions, actions, and innervations for muscles. Remember that your origin is the fixed attachment point. That's basically what remains stable. It doesn't move. Your insertion is what's going to move with your contraction. Action is what the muscle does, and then the innervation refers to what nerve is going to innervate it, allowing you to move it. Number 54, we have some cranial nerve questions. Now, again, you have 12 cranial nerves. Let's start with the first one. The first cranial nerve is responsible for what function, A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? Oh, Sam, you took A&P 1 in 5 weeks. That's a rough summer. That is not a fun summer, but kudos to you. But yeah, I know a lot of people do the 5 weeks in the summertime, and I've tutored this past summer a lot of people for it. And it's very fast, a lot. It's very hard to do if you have like a job and or like kids or something. I kudos and my respect goes out to you who have done it in 5 weeks. Number 54, the answer is smell. Cranial nerve 1 is your olfactory nerve, which is responsible for your smell. Number 55, cranial nerve 2 carries information for what? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? Wish I found you and sent it to you. Oh my goodness, I know. If you did you do summer this past summer? I've been doing the anatomy and physiology live stream since like summer this year. How do you get the practice questions? I give all of the practice questions to our TikTok sub-community. You can do so by joining this right here. This is how you join. Once you join, just send me a DM, and I will get you all the questions. After every single live, I go live at least 4 times a week. Today's ANP1, tomorrow's ANP2. But number 55, the answer is B. It is our vision. Our cranial nerve, our second cranial nerve, is our optic nerve. Number 56, which cranial nerve controls facial expressions? Which one is going to control facial expressions for number 56? And we're almost at the end of today's live. We have 60 questions today. But welcome, everybody. We just hit 25,000 likes on the live today, guys. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. And if you did sub today, I do try to get to everybody's DMs, especially if you sent me a message by the end of the day. So just be a little patient. I do have to respond to everybody and get everyone's information and whatnot, but I will get to, everyone will get their stuff by the end of the night. Number 56, the answer is B, cranial nerve 7, which is our facial nerve. But what about number 57? Which nerve is affected by Bell's palsy? And Bell's palsy is, we're going to refer to unilateral, in case you don't know what it is. It's unilateral facial paralysis due to this cranial nerve's dysfunction. And which one is that going to be? This is also going to be the facial nerve, cranial nerve 7. So any sort of injury or dysfunction to the facial nerve can result in Bell's palsy. Number, cranial nerve 8, is responsible for what? A, B, C, or D? What is this one going to be? A, B, C, or D? Yeah, you will need to know all the cranial nerves and their functions. The answer here is going to be our hearing and balance. Cranial nerve 8 is going to be our vestibulocochlear nerve. So your hearing, cochlear is for your balance. Cochlear is for hearing. This is hearing. Vestibulo is for your balance. Number 59, which cranial nerve has a parasympathetic control over your thoracic and abdominal organs? Which one is that going to be? A, B, C, or D? Which one do you guys think? Melissa, if you stick around here, we have 2 more questions, and I will go over a way to remember the cranial nerves. Number 59, the answer is cranial nerve 10. Cranial nerve 10 is the vagus nerve. The way that I always kind of remember the vagus nerve is responsible for all of your your heart, lungs, GI tract, is I always think of going to Vegas, Las Vegas is terrible for your heart and lungs because people go there and they do a lot, they drink a lot, they gamble a lot, they eat a lot, they do drugs, I guess. But that's kind of the way. That's kind of the way I remembered vagus nerve in a way, a little silly way. Number 60, last questions, and then we're going to go over some mnemonic. Again, I have a mnemonic here. I have a question about a mnemonic. And then I have a way to remember all the cranial nerves. I'm going to give it to you guys in just a moment. Just stick around. Bear with me for a sec. I'll go over how to do that as well. Last question here, though. Number 60, the mnemonic, some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter most. This is a mnemonic that is going to help you remember. The answer is B. It is the cranial nerve functions. And when we're talking about cranial nerve functions, we're referring if that cranial nerve is sensory, motor, or it has both sensory and motor functions. So if we have an S, we have sensory. If we have an M, we have motor. And if we have a B, we have both. And it's going to correspond with the cranial nerves 1 through 12. Alrighty. And then I'll go over the cranial nerves here in just a second, just in case anyone's not sticking around for those. Just really quickly, I just want to mention that if you would like to get the questions from the live streams, it's the blank test and the answer key. It's after every single live stream. You join our TikTok sub-community here. Once you join, send me a DM. letting me know, and then I will send you the questions. Again, it'll be by the end of the night. I do have some tutoring sessions to get to today, and I have to go back and get everyone's information and respond to everybody's DMs. So just be a little patient with me. I will get to you by the end of the night and get that sent out to you as well. Tomorrow is A&P 2 live stream at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am trying out some lectures. Feel free to request some, but tomorrow's is going to be cell organelles. A lot of people have been asking me how to remember cell organelles, how to go through those. It's going to be at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. in case you can't make one or the other. I'm doing it twice just to make sure. What else? If you're new here, I'd like to give a quick introduction. My name is Ollie. Like I mentioned, I go live multiple times a week to give you practice questions for anatomy and physiology, to teach you anatomy and physiology. I am here to finally make it make sense. I do some other topics as well, like pharmacology, biochem, microbiology, and etc. That's kind of my spiel. If you have any questions about tutoring or anything like that, I do offer that. In the bottom left corner there is a Service Plus button. I am happy to get in contact with you about that if you have any questions regarding it. But all my availability and the prices and whatnot, they're all on my website that is linked in my TikTok bio. I do post the replays of these live streams a couple days afterwards. So that'll be on YouTube. That is also linked in my TikTok bio. And then I also have notes for anatomy and physiology. They're from the notes whenever I was in the class. They're all on my page as well if you need a preview of them. But for tomorrow's lecture, if you want to follow along, it's going to be on our cell biology chapter. Or I do have a bundle for A&P. These are my notes. If you're on my page, you can kind of see all the different types that I have. Thank you so much for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you the questions. But again, tomorrow's lectures at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. are in Chapter 3, Cell Biology. Or, again, I have bundles that have all of A&P 1 chapters. I think that's it. I think that's all my spiels. But anyway, to remember the cranial nerves, I'll go over this really quick. It's O. Once one takes the anatomy final, very good vacations are here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then some say marry money, but my brother says big brains matter most. Is what you go through, and you correspond with the some say marry money, but my bro says big brains matter most. So again, these all correspond with their names and their functions. We go through 1, olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducens, facial, vestibulocochlear, glossopharyngeal, vagus, accessory, and hypoglossal. That's how you remember them. I have that in my Chapter 13 cranial nerve notes in case you want me to go. If there's it's more in detail there, but it's my Chapter 13 cranial nerve notes on my website. That's linked in my bio. Again, I have all my notes on my bio on my website. But any quick questions here before I do get going? Anything like that at all while I'm still here? I do have to get going. Let me see. I'm happy to see you. Thanks in advance, of course. Thank you guys so much for being here. Seriously, I love you guys. We just hit 26,000 likes in the live stream today. Thank you guys so much. I'm Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology topics for you all. But again, tomorrow's live stream is at, for the practice questions, is at 1 p.m. EST. The lectures, so the practice questions, and the lectures are at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. They're the same ones. You don't have to join both. You can if you want extra practice. I'm just doing it at different times of the day just to make sure that people can do both. I'm not going to repeat the nerve names again. Again, they're in my notes, so you can go back and watch the replay. I have some videos on my profile as well, because I do have to get going. I want to do endocrine. We do have some endocrine system questions tomorrow. And then, based on what you guys request on the lectures, is what I'll do. But please let me know. Tomorrow's on cell organelles, just because that's what's been requested lately. But if you have a request, also, if you did, one last little, I guess, notification for it. If you want to get the questions, I give them out to the TikTok sub community. This is how you join down here. Just to let you know, I do have to go through and respond to everyone's DMs. I do send out the questions by the end of the night. So just be a little patient. I will get to you, I promise. Send me a DM. If you can't send me a DM, send me an email. It's in my TikTok bio. It has to have your username, if you did sub. But any other questions real quick before I get going, guys? Thank you guys so much for being here. I love all you guys so much. My name's Ollie again. I'll be going live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology and some other topics as well. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5.5 years now. I absolutely love anatomy and physiology. I want to give you as much practice as possible to make anatomy and physiology super easy for you all. But thank you guys so much for the gifts today. We're at 27,000 likes already. That's insane. Thanks for all the participation, and thanks for being here. It was nice to meet you if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. But thank you guys so much. I think that's it. If there's no other questions, I'm going to get going. But I'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that, like I mentioned, I will get to you guys by the end of the night. Thank you, Sandy, for the sub. I will get to you guys momentarily. By the end of the night, you guys will all get the practice tests and whatnot. And then you'll get it after every single live stream from now on as well. Thank you guys so much for the gifts as well. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. Seriously, I love doing these live streams. Normally I show my face at the end, but the lighting in here is super bad today, so you can't really see me too well. How do I use this up, Sandy? Yeah, send me a DM, Sandy, with your email, and then I will get it to you. I'll get your email, and then by the end of the night, I'll get you the practice test, and then you'll get a practice test after every single live stream from now on. But I'm going to get going, guys. Again, tomorrow it's at 1 p.m., and then the lectures are at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Just a reminder that I will get to you by the end of the night with the practice questions and whatnot. But thank you guys so much. Love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.